All right, that's 5. I think we'll get going here. Are you ready, Tina and Nicole?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes.
All right, call the HRA to order. Roll call.
Brenmoen.
Here.
Jalali. Naker.
Here.
Prince. Tao.
Here.
Tolbert.
Here.
Yang.
Here.
5 present, 2 absent, that being Commissioners Jalali and Prince. Item number 1, Min 21-5, approving the minutes of the February, March, April, May, June, and July 2020 HRA minutes, or meeting minutes.
Motion to approve those minutes by Commissioner Yang. Roll call.
Brenmoen.
Aye.
Jalali. Naker.
Aye.
Prince. Tao.
Aye.
Yang.
Aye.
Chair Tolbert.
Yes.
5 in favor, no one opposed. The minutes are approved. Item number 2, Resolution 21-226, approving and authorizing the exchange of home loan funds to Community Development Block Grant, CDBG loan funds, and the execution of related documents for a property located at 750 Milton Avenue North, Wilder Square Project, District 7, Ward 1.
Director Goodman.
Yes, thank you, Chair Tolbert, Commissioners. This item is simply swapping out the funding source for a deferred loan on the Wilder Square project. So as a reminder, back in December, this body approved a deferred loan funded with home funds in the amount of up to $1,270,000 for the Wilder Square project. Because we have a deadline in which to spend a certain amount of our CDBG funds, and this loan will close before that deadline, we are recommending the use of CDBG funds for the loan rather than home funds, which don't have the same spending deadline. We will be able to utilize the home funds on other projects. All of the other terms of the loan will remain the same, and staff recommends approval of this item.
Great, thank you. Any comments or questions? If not, I'll take a motion from Commissioner Tao. Roll call.
Brenmoen.
Aye.
Jalali.
Aye.
Naker.
Aye.
Prince. Tao.
Aye.
Yang.
Aye.
Chair Tolbert.
Yes.
6 in favor, no one opposed. The resolution is adopted. Item number 3, SR 21-19, updates from the HRA Executive Director.
Great. Thank you. And I'll let you introduce this as well, but this is something that's new on this agenda, and it's partly in response to, we've continued to ask for updates, and I think rightly so, including myself, of things that the HRA is doing. And this is something that Water Board does, just to kind of give general updates so that staff doesn't have to put together long staff reports for every update that we want that a staff report may not be necessary. So we're adding this to the agenda so that Director Goodman can update us on the things that we are, among many things that we are keeping track of. So Director Goodman.
Absolutely. Thank you, Chair Tolbert, Commissioners. As Chair Tolbert mentioned, he suggested we add this recurring item to the agenda. We may not always have it. If we have a heavy agenda, it's something that could come or go. We have a light agenda this time, so I thought I'd bring a few updates on items. So my first update is regarding a restaurant promotion, which you'll remember back in December, this board approved $172,500 to help businesses impacted by that last executive order by the governor, Executive 20-99 executive order, which primarily impacted restaurants. So the authorization was for promotional and technology needs, that particular line item. Through the Bridge Fund and the Restaurant Resiliency Program, we've been responding to some of those needs with our Bridge Fund grants and with technical assistance. So since then, based on PED staff conversations with those in the restaurant industry and hospitality industry, we know and we've discussed before that in order to survive the financial devastation of COVID, what restaurants really need right now are customers. Current sales volume is not sustainable, and entering now into what is traditionally the slowest season of the year really could prove devastating for many restaurants. As you all know, probably Visit St. Paul has been really actively supporting local restaurants during COVID. They've published lists of restaurants with patios and things I know some of you have shared. And based on some research that Visit St. Paul has done, just a few statistics for you. Restaurants in St. Paul employ over 9,000 people, and in the second quarter of 2020, over 4,000 of those jobs were lost. And according to a November 2020 survey conducted by the National Restaurant Association research group, 87% of full-service restaurants reported an average 36% drop in sales revenue. And as of December 2020, 17% of restaurants, more than 110,000 establishments in the country, had closed either permanently or long-term. So, and sadly, the vast majority of the permanently closed restaurants were well-established businesses and fixtures in their community, in business on average of 16 years. So it's been really terribly impactful to the restaurant industry. Given all this information, for a promotional program, we are collaborating with Visit St. Paul on a really robust, targeted promotional and marketing campaign, which will drive business and also educate the public about the impact of restaurants on the vitality of our city and our economy and the struggle for them to survive. So this campaign will include personalized digital marketing tools, which will enable us to target advertising to individuals who are likely to dine in or carry out from local restaurants. So they have the partners, they have to have that kind of data of who's been to restaurants and how they can target to past in-market visitor transactions. The campaign will include video, social media, email marketing, and PR in order to drive sales and increase awareness around the importance of this market sector to our economy. By collaborating with Visit St. Paul to manage and execute this campaign, we leverage their marketing expertise, their audience, their reach, their industry connections, and they've been brought on Epsilon Conversant and a local marketing agency Strategy Factory to round out the project team. As a trusted partner, Visit St. Paul will contribute their expertise, their strategic effort, their staff resources, delivery, and program evaluation at no charge, so that we're able to use the funds to extend as far as possible in the restaurant campaign. Approximate schedule: the team's been working on this for the past 2 or 3 weeks in the creative team. We're targeting a campaign launch for the week of February 22nd. It'll be a 3-month campaign, but with flexibility based on any surges in the pandemic. There will be metrics evaluated internally on a weekly basis with fine-tuning strategy in real time. We'll have draft reports from all partners within 30 days of the conclusion of the campaign and final reports from all partners within 90 days of conclusion of the campaign. So again, our plan is to launch the campaign the week of February 22nd. We will keep you posted on that date. We hope that you'll participate. There will be like a hashtag. So as you're out, if you order food, pick it up, take a picture, hashtag. We know that the mayor and department directors are planning to participate as well, and we're really excited about the campaign. So again, we'll keep you posted. I know some of you do this anyway, and it's great, but this will be kind of, if we're all kind of contributing to the same campaign, I think it'll be really great. So do you have any questions or comments about that program?
Great. Anybody? I think people have that. I suspect that means full support and excitement.
Good. It'll be fun. It'll be fun and helpful and impactful. And we know that the restaurants, many of who are, our local friends and neighbors will just hugely appreciate that. All right. The next update is regarding civil unrest business assistance funds. In a previous meeting, maybe the last meeting, we discussed the possibility of utilizing this funding toward maybe like ownership models for businesses interested in owning their location instead of renting, which would be important for wealth building and to mitigate risk of displacement. And we are absolutely still working in that direction. But I do have a couple of related updates I want to share with you, just so you can see how they kind of coordinate with our efforts. First, I mentioned CDBG funds that we need to spend by March. We may be able to use some of that funding for actual repairs. We are looking into that, and if there are some gaps in where we could use those funds because of HUD restrictions, it's possible that we could use some of those funds to kind of fill in gaps. So it's not, just so if we were to do, say, a program to fix windows and doors, there may be some gaps that we need to fill in. It's just something that we're looking at coordinating with. The other major item to know is that Rep. Fu Lee, you may already know this, has introduced a bill authorizing the issuance of redevelopment appropriation bonds for the areas damaged by civil unrest in both Minneapolis and St. Paul. The amount has yet to be determined, and there still could be some amendments to the bill. But currently, the way the bill is currently authored, eligible expenses would include repair, renovation, new construction, site prep, design, engineering, landscaping, infrastructure, even acquisition of property and land banking, and financing of any of those activities. So it's written in a fairly flexible way at this point. Again, there may be some amendments. We are participating in a legislative hearing regarding this bill on February 16th. I'm participating, and maybe some other staff. So we will keep you posted on how that bill is advancing. We're working with TALMA and Minneapolis sort of delegation who do the same things, who are working on the same things. And we'll keep you posted on that. All of that is just to say that we're trying to be very strategic with the $1 million authorized by the HRA and not operate in a vacuum. And we're aware of these other things that are happening. So we will keep you updated. Do you have any questions or comments about that item?
Does anyone? Oh, Councilmember Jalali.
Thank you. This is great to hear. I have a question about just information sharing and keeping. How is PED tracking what businesses remain to be what impacted businesses are still doing what things? And I know we have a business team that's out talking to different groups of folks, but there's like 3 or 4 different community efforts all happening at the same time. So what's the coordination like so that we're targeting things like new CDBG funds and other possibilities? I trust it is happening. I just think it is worth answering and would like to know. So just for my intention's sake, I wanted to make that clear too. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Chair Tolbert. Thank you, Commissioner Jolie. That's an excellent question. And we do have several members of our team who are also working on this, informing the legislation and working together out in the field, talking with the business owners, talking with the various organizations who are supporting the business owners. Part of our testimony at the February 16th hearing will involve some business owners or business support organizations. So we've actually been very recently checking in and trying to determine who might be the best. And when I say best, meaning it'll have to be a very quick, concise, but compelling story, and it'll be in front of legislators who will be asking very pointed questions. So we're looking for that. We're trying to determine who might be the most comfortable in that situation and have the most compelling information to share. So we're talking with business owners, keeping updated on all of that.
That's great. Well, thank you. And if our office has the chance to contribute information, we will keep doing that and really appreciate all the hard work that's happening. I know it's a lot of people, and people have been rebuilding at their own pace and are all on their own different timelines because every building and situation is different. People's insurance is different. Yes. Access to community grants and resources have been varied. And so there's just a lot to keep track of. So thank you for your hard work. And we desperately need this as a city. Yes. And, I know you understand that just as much as anyone. So thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you for the question. Any other questions or comments on that item?
I think we're good on that.
Okay. Finally, just an update on the conduit bond study, just because we've on the charter school conduit bond study that we were working on. I just want to let you know that staff is working diligently on this study. We meet every week about it, going over what we've gathered so far and how we're analyzing it. Our plan is to bring our current plan is to bring our findings to the March 10th HRA meeting. I think we said we'd be finished with the work by March 1st. So our plan is to bring the findings on March 10th. And with that, my update is complete.
Great. Thank you very much. That's good to hear that we're on track. Any other comments or questions from commissioners? All right. If not, thank you for that update. It was well appreciated, and thank you for your work. I will adjourn this. Thank you all.
Thank you.